Yeah, good evening, everybody. Uh, Welcome to the interview preparation session, which is conducted by 360 Days DMG. So, let's we discuss about today about interview questions about data science. So, let me write for first question. So, what is data science? Please write your answer in the comment box. I will tell you the answer after 5 seconds. So, what is data science? Data science is a combination of algorithms, tools, and machine learning technique which helps you to find common hidden patterns from the given raw data. Okay. Let me repeat once. Data science is combination of algorithms, tools, and machine learning technique which helps you to find common hidden patterns from the given raw data. Uh, Now we have second question. What is logistic regression? Logistic regression in data science. Please drop your answers in comment box. So, what is logistic regression in data science? Logistic regression is also called as the logit model. Okay? It is a method to forecast the binary outcome from a linear combination of predictor variables. Okay? Let me repeat once. Logistic regression is also called as the logit model. It is a method to forecast the binary outcome from a linear combination of predictor variables. Okay? Now, we have third question. Name three types of bias that occur during sampling. Okay? So, what are the three types of bias we have? First is in the sampling process, there are three types of bias. Okay. First is selection bias, under coverage bias, and survivorship bias. Let me write it. First, we have selection bias. Okay. Then we have undercover bias, under coverage, and we have survivorship bias. After that, so what is selection bias? Means it is induced by the selection of individuals, groups, or data for the analysis in such a way that proper randomization is not achieved. Okay. And what is undercover bias? It is a type of sampling bias that occurs when some part of your research population are not adequately represented in your survey sample. Okay. And the third one is survival bias. So what is this? It is a survivorship bias or survival bias is the logical error of concentrating on the people or things that made it past some selection process and overlooking there that did not. Okay. Typically, because of their lack of visibility. So these three types of bias we have. Now move to the next question. 4. Discuss decision tree. So what is that? A decision tree is a popular supervised machine learning algorithm. It is mainly used for regression and classifications. It allows breakdown to a data set into smaller subsets. The decision tree can able to handle both categorical and numerical data. Let me repeat once. What is decision tree? A decision tree is a popular supervised machine learning algorithm. It is mainly used for regression and classifications. It allows breaks down to a data set into smaller subsets. Okay. The decision tree can able to handle both categorical and numerical. Now, move to our next question. What is prior probability and likelihood? So, what is prior probability? Prior probability is the proper proportion of the dependent variable in the data set. Okay. While the likelihood is the probability of classifying a given observant in the presence of some other variable. Okay. Let me repeat once. Prior probability is the proportion of the dependent variable in the data set, while the likelihood is the probability of classifying a given observant in the presence of some other variable. So these are called prior probability and likelihood. Okay. So move to our next question. Explain recommender system. Waiting for a replies, friend. Please drop your comment. Drop your answer in comment box. After that, I will explain the systems. Okay. So what is it? It is a subclass of information filtering techniques. Okay. What is it? It is a subclass of information filtering techniques. It helps you to predict the preferences or ratings which users likely to give to a product. Okay. So let me repeat once. It is a subclass of information filtering techniques. It helps you to predict the preferences or ratings which users likely to give to a product. Now, seventh one. Name three advantages. What advantages? Disadvantages of using a linear model. It's a linear using of using a linear. Yeah. So there are three disadvantages of the linear model are. First one is the assumption of linearity of the errors. Okay. You cannot use this model for binary or count outcomes. Okay. And the third one is there are plenty of overfitting problems that it can't solve. Okay. So these are the three disadvantages of using a linear model. Next, why do you need to perform resampling? So, why do we need to perform resampling? Resampling is done in below given cases. Okay. First one is estimating the accuracy of sample. Okay. Estimating the accuracy of sample statistics by drawing randomly with replacement from a set of the data point or using as subsets of accessible data. Second one, substituting labels on data points when performing necessary tests. Okay. And third one is validating models by using random subsets. Let me repeat those. First one is estimating the accuracy of sample statistics by drawing randomly with replacement from a set of the data point or using as subsets of accessible data. Okay. Second one is substituting labels on data points while when performing necessary tests. And third one is validating models by using random subsets. Okay. So move to a next question. This is list out the list out the libraries list out the libraries in Python used for data analysis and for scientific computation. So, what are the libraries in Python used for data analysis? We have lots of, okay. So, some are like we have SkyPy, okay, or Pandas, Matplotlib, Matplotlib, NumPy, SkyKit, or Seaborn. So, these are the some libraries which we are using. So, first we have SkyPy. Why we are using SkyPy? SkyPy because it is used for scientific computing and technical computing. Okay, we write here SkyPy. It is okay. Let me write for you. It is used for scientific computing and technical computing. have pandas. I think most of the people you know. It is used for data manipulation analysis. Okay. Now we have matplotlib. Matplotlib also it is used for data visualization and for what? Graphical representation, or we can write graphical plot. Okay. Now we have NumPy. NumPy is used for mathematical and logical operators. Mathematical and logical operators. Now the SkyKit we are using for it is used for machine learning and sorry, and statistical model. At the last we have Seaborn. Seaborn means it is used for data visualization library. Okay, built on top of Matplotlib. It helps in exploration and understanding of data. So let me write that used for data visualization. Okay, data visualization library built on top of Matplotlib. So these are some libraries in Python which are using for data analysis or and for scientific computation. Okay. Now we have next question 10. What is power analysis? Okay. So what is power analysis? The power analysis is an integral part of the experimental design. Okay. It helps you to determine the sample size required to find out the effect of a given size from a cause with a specific level of assurance. Okay. It also allows you to deploy a particular probability in a sample size constraints. Right? Okay, let me repeat once what is power analysis. The power analysis is an integral part of the experimental design. It helps you to determine the sample size required to find out the effect of a given size from a cause with a specific level of assurance. Okay. It also allows you to deploy a particular probability in a sample size constant. Now, move to the next question. Explain collaborative filtering. Collab. Collaborative filtering. Okay. So what are those? Collaborative filtering used to search for correct patterns by collaborative viewpoints. Okay. Multiple data source and various agents. That is called collaborative filtering. Let me repeat once. Collaborative filtering used to search for correct patterns by collaborating viewpoints, multiple data sources, and various agents. Now, we have our next question. What is bias? So, what is bias? Bias is an error, okay, introduced in your model because, okay, of the oversimplification. Okay, what of a machine learning algorithms, okay, and it can lead to underfitting, like underfitting models we have, right? It can lead to underfitting. So bias is an error introduced in your model because of the oversimplification of a machine learning algorithms. Okay, it can lead to underfitting, right? So now move to our next question, question number 13. So what is question number 13? As we can see, discuss knife, okay, that knife term, wait a minute, let me write like this, knife in a knife based algorithm. Okay. Please leave your answers in comment box. Okay, so the knife based algorithm, okay, the knife based algorithm model is based on the Bayes theorem. Okay, yeah. So it describes it. Wait a minute, space between them. It describes the probability, okay, of an probability of an event, okay. So it is based on prior knowledge, it is based on prior knowledge of conditions which might be related to that specific event. Okay, are you getting my point, friends? The knife based it's not 14. Yeah, now it's working. The knife-based algorithm model is based on the Bayes theorem. Okay, it describes the probability of an event, or it is based on prior knowledge of conditions which might be related to that specific event. Now, move to our next question. This is very important. What is linear regression? Okay, so what is linear regression? Linear regression is a statistical programming, okay, method where the score of variables A is predicted from the score of a second variable P. Because linear regression is a statistical programming method where the score of a variable A is predicted from the score of second variable B. Okay, B is referred to as the predictor variable and A as the criterion variable. Okay. So now move to our next question. That 15th question. State the difference between, okay, the expected value and the mean value. So there are not many differences, okay, but both of these terms are used in different contexts. Okay, mean value is generally referred to when you are discussing a probability distribution, okay, whereas expected value is referred to in the context of a random variable. Okay, let me repeat once. Uh, Both of these terms are used in different contexts. Mean value is generally referred to when you are discussing about a probability distribution, whereas expected value is referred to in the context of a random variable. So now move to our next question, that's 16. What the aim conducting A B. So A/B testing used to conduct random experiments with two variables, okay, A and B, like we have A and B. So the goal of this testing method is to find out changes to a web page to maximize or increase the outcome of a strategy. Getting my point? A/B testing used to conduct random web experiments with two variables A and B. Okay. The goal of this testing method is to find out changes to a web page to maximize or increase the outcome of a strategy. Okay. Now, move to our next question. This is also an important. What is ensemble learning? Reply. We have two types of ensemble learning methods. So, sorry, the ensemble is a method of combining a diverse set of learners together to improvise on the stability, and predictive power of the model. Okay, but the ensemble is a method of combining a diverse set of learners together to improvise on the stability and predictive power of the model. So there are two types of ensemble learning methods are. First is right here. First is bagging. Okay, and another one is boosting. Bagging and boosting. Okay. So what are those bagging and boosting? Okay. So let me explain the bagging. Bagging method helps you to implement similar learners on small sample populations. Okay. It helps you to make nearer prediction in bagging. You can make a nearer prediction. Okay. But in boosting, boosting is an iterative method which allows you to adjust the weight of an observation depends upon the last classification. Boosting decreases the bias error and helps you to build strong predictive models. Are you getting my point, friends? We got it that what is ensemble learning. In ensemble learning, we have bagging and boosting. Okay. Now we are moving to our next question. Explain eigenvalue. Explain eigenvector. Explain eigenvalue and eigenvector. Sorry, it's not V. So, what are those? Eigenvectors are for understanding linear transformations. You getting my point? What I am saying? Eigenvectors are for understanding linear transformation. The data scientists need to calculate the eigenvectors for a covariance matrix or correlation. Okay. And eigenvalues are the direction along using specific linear transformation acts by compressing, flipping, or stretching. Okay. So these are called eigenvalue and eigenvector. So next question is question number 19. Define the term cross validation. So what is the term cross validation? Cross validation is a validation technique for evaluating how the outcomes of statistical analysis will generalize for an independent dataset. Okay. This method is used in backgrounds where the objective is forecast and one needs to estimate how accurately a model will accomplish. Let me repeat once. Cross validation is a validation technique for evaluating how the outcomes of statistical analysis will generalize for an independent dataset. This method is used in backgrounds where the objective is forecast and one needs to estimate how accurately a model will accomplish. Okay. Now we have 20th question. Define the term. Sorry, we did it like this question. Okay. Now we will explain the steps of Steps for uh, data analytics project. Means what are the steps are being followed in data analytics. So uh, the following are important steps involved in an analytics project. Okay. First one is understanding the business problem. Okay. Now, and second one, explore the data and study it carefully. Okay. Third one, prepare the data for modeling by finding missing values and transforming variables. Fourth one is start running the model and analyze the big data result. Okay. Next one is validate the model with a new data set. And the last one is implement the model and track the result to analyze the performance of the model for a specific period. Let me repeat once. The first step we are using understand the business problem, that what is given and what are the business constraints, what are the business objectives in this. Another one, next, explore the data and study it carefully. Means how much columns are there in data and what it's saying, that in numerical value or what value. Okay. Now, next, prepare the data for modeling by finding missing values and transforming variables. After that, start running the model and analyze the big data result. Okay. Then, validate the model with new data set, and after that, implement the model and track the result to analyze the performance of the model for a specific period. So now, move to our next question. Discuss artificial neural networks. So, what are artificial neural networks? It's called ANN also. So, ANN are a special set of algorithms that have revolutionized machine learning. Okay, it helps you to adapt according to changing input, right? So the network generates the best possible result without redesigning the output criteria. That is called ANN, means artificial neural networks. Now move to our next question on 22. What is back propagation? Okay. So what is that? Backpropagation is the essence of neural net training. Okay. It is the method of tuning the weights of a neural net depend upon the error rate obtained in the previous epoch. Proper tuning of the helps you to reduce error rates and to make the model reliable by increasing its generalization. So that is called backpropagation. So move to the next question. What is random forest? So what is the random forest? Random forest is a machine learning method, okay, which helps you to perform all types of regression and classification tasks. It is also used for treating missing values and outlier values. That is called random forest. So, move to the next question. What is K means clustering method? Okay. What is the K means clustering method? So, K means clustering is an important unsupervised learning method. Okay. It is the technique of classifying data using a certain set of clusters, which is called K clusters. It is deployed for grouping to find out the similarity in the data. That is called K means clustering method. Okay. Now, move to the next question. Explain P value. Please, someone give the answer if you know. Let me tell you the answer. When you conduct a hypothesis test in statistics, okay, a p-value allows you to determine the strength of your results. It is a numerical number between 0 and 1. Between 0 and 1. Based on the value, it will help you to denote the strength of the specific result. Okay, so that is called p-value. Now, move to the next question. Define the term deep learning. So, what is the meaning of deep learning means? Deep learning is a subtype of machine learning, right? It is concerned with algorithms inspired by the structure called artificial neural network. Let me discuss about that. ANN, it is here. Artificial neural. Let me repeat once. Deep learning is a subtype of a machine learning. It is concerned with algorithms inspired by the structure called artificial neural. So now move to our next question. What is normal distribution? A very important question. What is normal distribution? So, what is normal distribution? A normal distribution is a set of a continuous variable spread across a normal curve or in the shape of a bell curve. Okay, you can consider it as a continuous probability distribution, which is useful in statistics. It is useful to analyze the variables and their relationships when we are using the normal distribution curve. So that is called normal distribution. Okay, let me repeat once. A normal distribution is a set of a continuous variable spread across a normal curve or in the shape of a bell curve. You can consider it as a continuous probability distribution, which is useful in statistics. Okay, it is useful to analyze the variable and their relationship when we are using the normal distribution curve. Okay. So now move to our next question. Name various types of deep learning frameworks. Okay. So we have, like, let me move this. We have PyTorch, right? And we have Microsoft Cognitive Toolkit. Okay. And we have TensorFlow. Okay. And Cafe. Okay. And Chainer, or we have Keras. These are the important various types of deep learning frameworks. Okay. Now move to the next question, 29. Explain auto encoder. So, what are autoencoders? Autoencoders are learning networks. It helps you to transform inputs into outputs with fewer number of errors. Okay. This means that you will get output to be as close to input as possible. This is called autoencoder. Okay. So, our last question is for today. Name commonly used algorithms which are used by data scientists. Okay, not 31. This is our last question. That's why we are not going about 30. So name commonly used algorithms which are using by data scientists. So there are 4 most commonly used algorithms by data scientists are. First one is linear regression. Okay. Second one is logistics regression. Okay. Third one is random forest. Okay. And we have last KNN. Okay, friends. What are the commonly used algorithms? Linear regression, logistic regressions, random forest, and KNN. Okay. So today we have finished approx 30 questions about data science. Okay. So now we are going to the end here, and we will meet again on Monday. So thank you and bye.